On quickly, cover my COVID hair. Sorry, today I'm talking about the DJI Spark. Now, if you're looking to buy one of these or looking to get into drone photography or videography or anything like that, this is the video for you. Let's get into this. Okay, welcome to another video. This is going to be the first of many videos I'm going to do on reviewing my own kit that I use, kit that I have now and have never reviewed it, and I should have done. I don't know why I've never done it, but the Spark I've had for a very long time. I've got videos from two and a half years ago, something like that, and I never really did a proper review of this thing, and it's a good little bit of kit. So I thought I'd review it before I sell it. I am selling this bit of kit because I don't really fly anymore. New rules have come into play. And there's licenses and all kinds of other bits and pieces that you have to buy and training you've got to pay for, which I don't want to go into at the moment, so I'm not really going to be doing that. So I'm going to be selling this bit of kit. There will be a link down in the description if it's still for sale now when you're watching this. It may not be, but there'll be other links for the kit if you want to buy it brand new, whatever. So I'll put them in the description down the bottom. But this is going to be a very techie little video. I'm going to tell you what you get when you buy this thing. I'm going to be going into the photography side of things, the specifications for the photography on this, the camera, the video potentially. You might be looking to get this for the video. I know I did. I'm also going to be giving you a rundown of the ease of use of this drone, because there are many drones out there. I've flown one or two of the other drones, but I can tell you all about this one. My personal use of this drone, and then I'm going to tell you kind of other extra bits you can buy for it. So stick around this video. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, hit the notification to get updates on my videos, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. And let's just get into this. I don't want to make this a really long video. I want to keep it nice and short. So first of all, what you get, there's two ways you can buy this. You can either buy it just as the drone itself, so you can buy the drone, which is there. Good little bit of kit. This I need to clean this up before I sell it, obviously. Good bit of kit. You get this by itself, and at the moment, brand new, you're looking between about 400 to 500 UK pounds, which is a lot of money, really, when you consider the new micro and mini stuff coming out. However, it depends on what colour you want to buy for a start, and the stock is where you want to buy it, because they range massively. There's £100 difference from the stuff I just looked at quickly on Google this morning, looking at how much these things cost. And the difference in price is horrendous. If you just want to buy this by itself, look around. You might be able to get a good deal somewhere. Or you can buy it as the Fly More kit, the Fly More combo. The Fly More combo it's called. You also get a controller. Now you don't need this. You don't really need it. You can fly this without that, because they're actually used. You actually use your mobile phone to fly these things. But with this, you use your phone. Your phone actually sits in there, and you use the joypad sticks to fly your drone, instead of using, because you can use hand gestures, but instead of just using your phone, which is quite tricky actually using this with your phone, you can use the joypad, stuff like this. I've got this on there. I'll explain what that is a bit later on. So the Fly More combo, you get extra bits and pieces, which is things like extra batteries. So you will find that the battery life on these things, even on some of the newer ones, they're not very good. They don't fly as long as you think they're going to. And on paper, this thing with one battery will fly for, I think, 12 to 14 minutes. I generally would consider 10 minutes, then get the thing home, depending on how far away you've flown it. Obviously, the further away you fly it, if it's not got time to fly back to you, it will tell you as well, which is quite good. So the Fly More kit I bought because I was always going to be going to locations far from home, away from power, where I couldn't charge one battery. I'll keep charging up, fly for 10 minutes, come back, charge up. They take quite a while to charge up, but it does come with the combo kit. You get a 3 battery pack charging case thing, which is actually really quite good, and saves a lot of time. So the Fly More kit, in my opinion, is a lot better. Again, depending on the stockist and the colour of the drone you want to buy, they range between about £650 and £700. They haven't lost any money. I don't think I paid much more than that 2 years ago for one of these things. They're that good. DJI drones don't lose their money. They really don't. Second hand at the moment, the Fly More combo second hand is going for about £300. That's probably the region, if you're looking to ask me that question, the region I'm going to sell this thing in it's going to be around a £300 or, you know, a good generous offer. The specifications of this, and that's why you're probably here reviewing this thing. The specifications are as followed. I've got a list. I'm going to look down at my list. It's just under the camera, but I'm going to be talking specifically about the photography and the videography side of things of this thing. I'm not going to go into all the massive there's a ton of specifications for this, which, to be honest, that most of them I don't even understand. But for photography, it's got a 12 megapixel sensor. Not massive. That's not a massive sensor for something, but it's a very small bit of kit. You know, getting a large sensor in there, you need larger kit, all that kind of stuff. But 12 megapixel sensor in there. It does JPEG only. No RAW files coming from the photography of this thing. I don't know what to tell you. It's one of them things that the better drones have better specifications. You can get drones. The next step up from that does do RAW, but unfortunately this doesn't. It's JPEG only. The field of view of this thing is about 81 degrees, if you're that interested. And it's 25mm format, equivalent to 35mm at f2.6, if you're that interested. To be honest, if you're flying this thing around, you're not going to be that much interested in what your focal length is and all kind of stuff. You're just going to get what you're going to get. It's the same for most of the cameras on these things. Okay, so the ISO capability of this is not great. It ranges from 100 to 1600. Now, I had DSLRs going back, you know, 15 years that did just that. They didn't go much past 1600, which is not great, and I'll come on to that a little bit later. When you're flying this thing, it gets a little bit dark, sun goes behind a cloud and the sun's going down. You do start to lose a good quality image, so you have to be careful. You're not really going to be flying this after dark, is the main point of that. And the shutter speed ranges from about 2 seconds to 1/8000th of a second, which is actually quite good for something this small. You get 1/8000th of a second out of most DSLRs nowadays. Some push a bit further, but that's kind of the limit of most of the DSLRs and mirrorless stuff out there, even on the market today. So the shutter speed isn't too bad. It's just the ISO lets it down. The fact that it only shoots in JPEG doesn't give you a lot to work with in post, unfortunately. So the mode it's got single shot mode, burst mode. You get 3 frames. So the video side of this, again, the video is not fantastic. It will do 1080p, which is quite good at 30 frames a second. The ISO actually goes a little bit better for the video. You get 100 to 3200 in video. I don't know why it's not the same for photography. It's worse for photography than it is for video. But then at 3200 in the video, let me make this clear, it's not usable footage because it is really grainy. The sensor size of this isn't that great, and because of that, even at 3200, you would never be able to use the video footage in any kind of use, really. They're the main specifications that I'm only going to really talk about today. There's a plethora of other specs on this thing. It does a shed ton of stuff, which I'm not really going to go into. There's all kind of flying modes where it will follow you and stuff like that, which I have used before, and I'm going to talk about a little bit later. But I'm not really going to the specs of those things because there's not enough time. Anyway, so the ease of use, I'm going to talk about how easy this thing is to fly. And actually, it is very easy to fly. These things are designed, you turn it on, it goes up to a certain height by itself and hovers and waits for you to do something. It will also, from that point, remember its home point. So if you fly this off too far, it goes somewhere where it can't get signal with you or this thing. It will just fly back home and come back to you. Really easy. You can't really lose this thing. I've lost it a couple of times and it's come back. My own fault. You have to remember that this uses Wi-Fi signal to transmit between your phone, this thing, and the drone. And if you're flying over a high sort of impacted Wi-Fi area, and where I was flying initially was actually where I work, and we do internet. Fun enough, we do Wi-Fi internet. We pump Wi-Fi from where I was to various places around the south coast. Didn't realise, thing just went, lost it, couldn't find it. I don't know what was going on. Even by eyesight, I had it in eyesight because it wasn't too far away, but it just shot across the sky about 120 metres, 150 metres away from where it was supposed to be, and it just came home. Fantastic. I had no problems with that whatsoever. By the time I regained signal on this and the picture on my phone, I knew where it was and it would come back, and you can cancel the come back home. It's quite easy to cancel that. And there are a ton of modes where you can select a subject on your phone, so you can select yourself or someone else, and it will follow that subject. You can have it spin around that subject while it follows it. It's like tracking. It's proper, really easy to use, and it's really good. I can set up the video to follow me around and do B-roll and all that kind of stuff, and I'll come into that in a little bit. Downside, and the hardest part of this when trying to use this, is when it wants to do an update. Firmware updates on this are tricky at best. Obviously, it uses your phone, so your phone is going to be attached to, actually attach your phone to this if you've got this, and then this attaches to the drone, if I remember rightly. And from the updates, you have to download it first while you're attached to. It will tell you. Funny enough, I just think about it now. It's giving me a headache. It will tell you when you turn it on that it needs a firmware update. So you then have to detach from the drone to update from the internet, and then you have to reattach to the drone to update the drone. And it's all a process of coming out of the app and coming out of the attaching the Wi-Fi to. Oh, it's just a pain in the ass. It's an absolute ball ache. If there's an easy way to do it, I hope DJI have sorted it out since then. But since I had this, it was always an absolute nightmare. An absolute nightmare. But having said that, we get on to the bit that you know, my personal use of this, and I've got to tell you that this thing has been an absolute dream from when I used it, when I've had time to use it. It fits in my bag in this thing really nicely. I have everything in there that I need, and this separately. I've even bought an extra case, which I'll talk about a little bit later on, where this and this will fit in if I didn't want to do photography at the same time, because this will fit in my photography bag. This slots in just down the side somewhere. But if I didn't want to do photography, if I just wanted to do droning or video work with this, I've got another case that can all go in and take it just as it is. So I have those options. But for me, the photography side of this has been an absolute dream. I've got lots of really good pictures out of this. They are only JPEG. They've mainly only been edited in Lightroom, and I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. The video side of it, the reasons why I bought this was to add some B-roll to my videos, following me around, that kind of stuff. Just to, you probably never even really notice it in the videos. It's just another angle that I can get some bits of video of me and just add them in the videos, transitions, that kind of stuff. That, like I say, you probably never even realise were there, or it was a drone doing it. But that's the reasons why it's so good, because it's just really good footage. Really good footage. So I hate to get rid of it, I really do, but there's obviously new restrictions coming at the moment, and new laws. You have to have proper training that you pay for, because these companies that are authorised to train you, they charge a fortune, and then there's licenses to buy, all that kind of stuff. So I've not done that. I've not really got video of it. I've been utilising other types of B-roll to insert into my videos. So I am getting rid of it. But this is a really good, especially good starter drone for anyone. There are DJI mini drones out there now that are slightly cheaper, brand new, but this will be a lot cheaper as a second-hand kit, or you might be buying it for someone else. So having said that, when I first got this, obviously I bought the Fly More combo. I bought some extra little bits with it. I bought them almost immediately because I did a lot of research. I do a lot of research when I find these things and I want to buy new stuff. So the first thing I bought was this little thing on the front. This is a gimbal cover for when you're transporting this thing. The gimbal's there. It's a 2-axis gimbal on this thing, but it's very delicate. And in transit, if it gets knocked, it could come off. It could be an absolute issue if you mess it up, even ever so slightly, and it's not working. Your video, you won't be able to do all your kind of bits and pieces. So that needs to be taken care of. So that's going to be in the box when I sell it. This little thing is 3D printed. I bought this off of Etsy, I think it was. I found this. It is just for the sticks there. It's locks them in place for the same reason as the gimbal there. In transit, these can get knocked or bashed. If these aren't working properly, or if they're even off ever so slightly, your drone's just going to fly off all over the place. It is what it is. So that was a purchase I got straight away. And the extra bag. I've got the extra case. Here's a picture of it because I can't find the actual extra case. Like I said, if I ever want to just go droning, it would go in that case. But as it stands at the moment, I've only ever really used this for the last few times with my photography gear, so it fits in my bag nice and neatly in that little thing. Very, very sturdy, this thing. What I've also done in the past before, when I've got anywhere and the ground hasn't been flat, I'll actually fly off of this. So I actually put my drone on top of this and then fly off from that. Got one more thing that I bought. Where is it? Oh, just so you know, this is the case that comes with the DJI kit. This is the DJI case itself, which I've never used. And the reasons why I've never used this is because you get less put in this into. Oh, there's the guards for the thing. I've never used them. People tell you these are the guards for the blades. But if you ask anyone, you can have these on there. If you ask anyone who's ever flown a drone, they've never flown them with these on. These are designed to stop you from hurting yourself if you go near the drone, because you can land this drone in your hand if you want to, but if you put your hand near the blades, obviously going to hurt yourself. However, if you ask anyone who's ever flown a drone, one of these drones, they've never put them on there because of balancing. These add weight, they don't balance too well. I've got another set somewhere, yeah, so there's 2 sets there, all 4 are there. They don't fly too well. But this case is what I want to talk about. This case from DJI is ridiculous. You can't fit anything in it. I fit more in this than I do in that. You might as well have that put in there, but it don't even fit in anyway. So the compartments there, they're all really rigid. Nothing really fits. And if you look at any reviews, you'll see that this is the first thing you're probably going to throw away. Don't throw it away. You might want to sell your stuff, and it looks better when you sell it with everything. So yeah, that's one thing I wish I'd have saved money on with the Fly More combo, but it comes with it. So that's it really. My overall take on this drone is it's an absolute fantastic bit of kit. If you've got the time to use it, if you now know the regulations, which I'll leave a link down in the description. I don't really know them all myself because I haven't really bothered looking into it. If you know the regulations, if you're going to get a license or if you're going to do the training, this bit of kit is actually really good. Really good. It's not the bigger ones. It's not one of the bigger ones. And because of that, I think it's in the middle. There's new classes of what certain drones can or can't do. And I think this is in the middle class. So it's not in the very restricted class. Because obviously the bigger drones have to have a lot more restrictions. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Let me know if you've seen any of my videos. Hopefully I'll put a few overlay bits and pieces of my other videos and some of my drone footage on this video. Let me know what you think. If you're interested in buying one of these things, what's the kind of thing, have you got any questions about it? Is there anything you'd like to know before you buy? I will hopefully be able to answer for you if I can. Just really good bit of kit, really good bit of kit. Just yeah. So if you got anything out of this video, please whack a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get updates every time I upload a new video. So until the next one, stay safe. Bye. Still here, nice. It's good that you're still here because I want to tell you a little something. Those people who are avid followers of me, I want to give a little something back, and to do that it means working alongside you online because a lot of you can't make it to my workshop. So I've just set up a Patreon account. It is patreon.com/Andy Hornby Photos. So Patreon is a platform where we can create stuff together even if you're halfway across the globe, and I can learn and teach alongside you, literally alongside you. There's so many things I can do to help you get your photography just to that next level. It is awesome. If you can make it to one of my workshops, I've got a website. Go to ahphotographyworkshops.uk and have a look, see what I've got going on. But if you can't make it to one of my workshops, Patreon is a really good platform where we can create stuff together and we can take your photography to another level. So if you like what I'm doing and you want me to learn alongside yourself, see you there. Take it easy, have a good day. Bye.